Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm so excited for this new year. Happy New Year. So this video is going to be different from my usual content. It's going to be a planning video. New year, we have a new plan, so we're going to master monthly planning in 2025. So the first thing I like to do is take out my planners. I have separate ones for my content and separate ones for like work, a personal life, budgeting, and all of that stuff. So I like to write everything down. I'm not into digital things. I don't like to read ebooks or any of that stuff. So I write everything down. And last year, I wrote a lot of stuff down and accomplished none of it. So this year, I'm going to be sure that I check in with my budget weekly, that I check in with my planner weekly. So the things that I have planned for this month is I have to reschedule my mom's work or birthday trip. I planned a trip for her birthday, and will have my daughter out of school for 5 days, and I didn't know that. I don't know what I was thinking, honestly. I really don't know what I was thinking, but I will have to reschedule this trip for when she's out of school so that she can go with us. And it's a surprise trip for my mom too, so as well, so that's exciting. I also need to get my daughter registered for school. So we moved into another state, and I've been having issues getting her registered, so I'm just trying to work on that and hopefully get that done this month. So I also need to renew the tags on my card, and I want to really get my daughter into ballet and gymnastics, and I also want to sign myself up for Pilates. So she's been really fascinated with ballet and gymnastics, so I want to give her the opportunity to see if it's something that she wants to do and wants to continue to do. Because right now I just bought her the outfit, and she watches some lady on YouTube and does the stuff then. But I would love for her to have some formal training, especially if it's something that I can afford and squeeze into my budget. So this month I also have 2 birthdays. My nephew's birthday is this month, and my mom's birthday is this month. So I want to make sure that I don't miss those dates. Something I also want to do is be more intentional with my Bible study and with my journaling. And I started this last year. So I'm going pretty good with that. And another thing I want to do is be sure to finish the books that I start reading. It's rare that I start reading 2 books at the same time, but I actually did it, and I have the books right here. So I started reading this one first, and then I saw this in the bookstore and was like, oh my goodness, this book is beautiful. I need it. And it's not a sequel. What do you call a threequel? I have no idea, but it's a series of 3 in this book, Things We Never Got Over, and I really can't wait to get the next book. I bought this book because I wanted the second book, and it's pink, and I really wanted it, but I said, let's start at the first series, or the first book, and then read through the series. But I can't wait to add these books to my bookshelf, and I actually love this. If you are a romance girly or guy, highly recommend. So The Scenic Route, this is a romance kind of book as well, and it has been really good. I like this, and I'll probably try to finish this one first because I don't really like to read 2 books at one time, but this is a good book as well. Highly recommend. So let's move into budgeting. So this year I set some major goals for myself, and I want to be sure that I check in with them monthly and achieve the goals that I've set for myself. I think it said something like 91% of people who set goals at the beginning of the year don't finish them by the end of the year. And it also said that most people within the first month are done. Because you see it at the gym. If you're a gym person, like when you go to the gym at the first, it's honestly always packed. But then as time goes on, it just dwindles away and no one's in there. So for budgeting, I want to save $10,000 this year. So this month I've set a goal for $1,000, more closer to hopefully $1,200 I want to save this month so that I can achieve that $10,000 goal by the end of the year. I also will have some new expenses added this month, so I want to make sure that I stay on top of them and keep track of them and squirreling the money away. Squirrel!
Now, and
okay.
Squirrel!
Forgive me. And I also wanted to start investing again. So I paused my investments last year to pay off debt, and ask me how much debt I paid off. I did end up paying off 1 credit card, but it wasn't enough in my mind to pause my investments. So right now I'm only investing about $125 bi-weekly. Most of it's going to be in ETFs, and the only individual stock that I invest in currently is Apple. And I'm hoping by the end of the year I'll be able to increase that. But with saving 10,000, trying to get out of debt and investing, I have to, kind of be mindful, because I feel like when I don't prioritize one thing, I don't accomplish anything, if that makes sense. So I also want to make sure that I reach out to the lady that does my taxes and get my W-2s to her, so that I can get that taken care of. So now I want to give you guys a bill breakdown. So this month I have about $1,200 in debt that I will be paying back. So student loans, credit cards, and unfortunately some paying fors. And this year, one of my goals is to not do paying for like I have. I am the queen of paying for. And there's really no reason, because I'll pay him for something that's $100, and it's like, why? And I do the paying for that doesn't cost me any interest, but it's still like, what is the point? It's like girl math. Like, oh well, if I do it over time, I'm saving money. No, you're not. You're spending the same amount of money. So this year, we're not going to be doing paying for like that. We're just really going to ease up on it. And if I want to make a big purchase, maybe. But also with my savings goals that I have, it doesn't really, those things don't align. So I'm also trying to do no spend. So the other bills that I have are T-Mobile. I pay for my mom and my brother and my dad, who passed last year. I still pay for his phone. So I need to get his line removed. But right now the bill is about $276. And if you see me looking down, I have my stuff written below the camera. So, I'm trying to figure out what works. So sorry if that's distracting. So for car insurance, I owe about 264, not about. My car insurance bill is $264, and that is for 2 cars. I have about $35 worth of subscriptions that I'll be paying this month. Okay, sorry about that. My phone died. So to move into the new bills that I will be having, I will have 2 electric bills. So I'll be paying about $250 in electric bills. So the house that I moved from, I made sure that I have a credit towards the bill, so that as I go into paying 2, I already have a buffer. So $250 is a reasonable amount for the 2 places, and it'll only be 3 months that I'll be paying 2 bills. So the internet is another expense that I will have, and it'll be $75 a month. I will also be adding water to my budget, which will be about $40 a month, and the gym, which will be $40 a month. So in total, that's about $2,100 worth of bills. So if you've been following my cash stuffing journey, which is kind of where I do most of my videos, you'll know that I am trying to get my month ahead binder. So I don't pay rent, but I've included it in my month ahead, so that if anything were to happen, I have the money set aside. So rent is about $1,500. So in my month ahead binder, I do want to get to about $3,500. Right now, I have $1,000 in the bank. So I'll be working on the next 2 to 3, 4 months, getting the $2,500 added into that, in addition to my $10,000 saving goals that I set for myself. So guys, thanks so much for joining me. Let's master our planning. Let's stay on top of it. Let's be consistent. Consistency is key. Thanks so much for watching. Toodles!